680's Richard Southern joins us now. And Richard, the price of oil was higher today, so you know what that means. How soon until we actually see higher gas prices?
Yeah, it's coming. We think it might be later in the week, Francis. Price of gas here in Toronto not expected to change tonight. Enpro International thinks it'll go up a penny on Wednesday. But yeah, we could see a further move higher for gas later in the week because oil today closed at its highest price in a year and a half. This after Saudi Arabia, the world's biggest oil producer, said it may cut back on production further. It also comes after non-OPEC countries like Russia agreed over the weekend to turn down their oil taps next year. Price of oil is up 20% since the end of November, above $52 per barrel. Didn't do much to help Bay Street today. The TSX was lower, but Francis, the Dow closed at another all-time high. Its 15th record close since the U.S. presidential election.
Now, I don't know what to make of your next story. A Chinese nursing home is actually paying people to visit residents.
Yeah, you got to wonder if you might see this elsewhere now, because it's been successful by all accounts. So this nursing home in the eastern province of Jiangsu is paying the children of residents about $37 Canadian if they visit. I think it's 30 times over the course of 2 months. So they get about $37 Canadian if they visit 30 times over 2 months. The policy was put in place in September following concerns that the elderly weren't being visited enough. Since then, the nursing home has experienced an influx of visitors, and officials say it hasn't helped to improve the mental state of the residents. The facility also hands out awards to those who visit regularly at an awards ceremony they hold every 2 months, Francis. So yeah, maybe you don't want to tell the residents about this because are the kids just visiting for the money now? But you know, who knows? If it's helping the mental state of the people there, maybe it's a good idea.
Maybe. We'll see. Well, also helping our mental states is the annual WestJet Tugging Your Heartstrings Christmas commercial. Before we talk about it, let's take a look at it.
Christmas and so many people, ourselves included, aren't in our homes. I think it would just be nice just to celebrate where we're at and how far we've come.
So, you know, they do this every year. Last year, WestJet brought a tropical landscape to an island in the Caribbean. They've given away big screen TVs to people. So this year, what they've done is they've brought some holiday magic to the residents of Fort McMurray, who were, of course, impacted by this year's massive wildfire. WestJet threw what they call the Snowflake Soiree, a big party for people in Fort McMurray. Santa made an appearance. And what they did at the end of the party was they surprised each guest with a keepsake and a free flight, which came down from an airplane. They dropped these little packages. The night featured 500 stockings, 300 pounds of candy, and all 348 people in attendance were given a free flight. So it's certainly a tug on your heartstrings type of ad, Francis. Good that they're helping the people at Fort McMurray, but you got to remember, this is a commercial. They are trying to sell their business, and it's smart advertising because, you know, it impacts you emotionally.
And now everyone looks forward to it, too.
Yep.
Let's talk about this. So apparently, U.S. authorities are thinking about allowing people to make Wi-Fi phone calls on airplanes now, and some flight attendants aren't too happy about that.
No, the U.S. Flight Attendants Association said anything short of a ban on phone calls is reckless. You see, the flight attendants worry that the calls could lead to fights between passengers who want to make the calls and those who don't want to listen to the guy next to them yapping away on his cell phone for the entire flight. But the U.S. Department of Transportation says it envisions allowing Wi-Fi calls on flights if the airline informs passengers about it ahead of time. What do you think, Francis?
Well, I know that, you know, if you want to sit in the quiet zone of the plane, the airline will probably charge you.
Absolutely. Yes, that's right. That'll be the next fee. The no talking, no phone call section.
Yes, that'll be extra. So in this age of downloadable music, many still buy CDs, but Richard, it may be a surprise to everyone that that man right there was the best-selling CD.
You know who that is too, Francis, I'm sure. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, #1 selling CD in 2016, even though he's been dead for 225 years. He sold 1.25 million CDs, so that means it sold more than Drake's Views, more than Kanye West's The Life of Pablo, and more than Beyonce's Lemonade. How did he do it? Well, the devil is in the details. There was a massive box set put out for Mozart to mark the 225 years since his death. It contained 200 CDs. Each one counts as an official sale. So only about 5,500 people bought the box set, but still enough to officially have Mozart topping the charts once again.
Interesting. And all those other artists you mentioned probably don't even know what a CD is.
No, or who Mozart was, probably.
That's right. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks.